Right. So welcome, everyone. This is so exciting to get to chat with all of you today. We have Angel, who is a Wellesley Metco alum and this year's Community Investors Boston Marathon runner. And this is his third marathon, but his first time running for the Boston Marathon. So welcome. And we have Lovell Chalmers, who is a coach or the lead coach for Community Investors. And for their flagship program, especially for middle school age children. So welcome, Lovell. And we have Leon. Leon Johnson is treasurer and administrator for Community Investors. And she is a superstar because she's been with the program the whole way, all the time, 24/7. So Leon, I'm gonna start off with you first and ask you, since you've been with Community Investors from the start, essentially, what is it about and what's so cool about the organization? What do they do?
CI has been around since October of 2014. This is our 10th year. What's special is its pure power of play, recreation, music, student coaches, and just a inclusive, empowering program for kids' mental health. Our flagship program is at the middle school. We also have coaching and leadership. We have programs at the high school. We have the DJ program at the varsity sports. So we flow through the entire school system and want to now move into Girls Flag, which is getting girls into the play. Girls don't nearly play enough. Boys tend to play more. And so we are working on getting girls into the wonderful game of flag. And over the last 10 years, we have done over 6,000 what we call positive, impactful experiences. And we hope to do a whole lot more.
So it's free sports after school.
Yes.
And flag is football. Is that right?
Like football, correct.
Football. And then there are other kinds of sports available as well that you run?
The middle school is after school hoops.
Okay.
The high school is primarily the coaching and leadership program, but we do run play programs there, like a dodgeball tournament, and the seminar day free play in the gym. And at the elementary level, we the boys programs are pretty much set, but the girls flag is no fee and inclusive and getting girls up and trying it.
Awesome. That sounds fantastic. And there's a lot of research that's been done on how important sports are, especially for kids. And this is a free program, so anyone from the community can stop by and join in. Is that right?
Absolutely. Inclusive. It's play. It is not competitive. It's designed to help kids recreate and not necessarily be in a competitive league.
Right. And it's all supervised, so it's safe as well.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So I'm gonna turn over for a bit to our star here, Angel, who is training hard for the marathon. So Angel, tell us why you decided to run for the Boston Marathon on behalf of Community Investors this year, and why is this important to you?
Sure. First, thanks so much for having me. It's kind of a full circle moment to just be able to come back home and really come back with a purpose. I started school in Wellesley in second grade, kind of a little bit scared, wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, excited. And 10 years later, I graduated in 2013, which was incredible. And the world was my oyster. A lot of bumps and bruises coming out, hitting real life and adulting, if you will. But along the way, I was handed a pair of shoes right before I moved out to LA about 7 years ago. And that was my way of kind of taking a break every once in a while between jobs, between shifts. And I just started running. Fast forward a few years later, I ran my first race in Toronto, which was a 10K, and I was kind of hooked. And I was like, you know what? I ran 10 kilometers. What's another few miles? Trained for my first marathon in Fresno 2 years ago, and that was grueling. I don't know how I don't know how people just like rock up one day and decide, yeah, I'm gonna run a marathon.
Yeah, don't look at me. I wouldn't know.
No, it's definitely train, like train for real. Like trainers are good. They're great. They save you a whole lot of pain. But the next day I was be like beside myself. I'd never been in that much pain, never been that sore. And there was a small part of me that was like, let's do it again. And
Yeah.
that's what I did. And I trained for another Fresno marathon. And during that process, I had gotten back home a couple times. And mind you, this is just after the pandemic. So I hadn't really been like home in a little bit. Um, so I was able to reconnect with folks back home in Wellesley, back home in Boston. And while I was back home, the thought kind of just crept into my mind that, hey, I'm running in November. April's not that far. It's pretty around the corner. I'll be in decent shape to maybe try and run Boston. And I asked around, and as it takes a village as always, it was really just connecting with one of my many moms in Wellesley, and she connected me with the good people at Community Investors. And by December, after a little bit of goodwill and just checking in with everyone in Wellesley and sending a little bit of a hello video. Um, we were graciously provided a charity bib, and here we are. And I mean, being able to check in with the kids during Fun Fridays, popping in for flag football on Sunday at the rec center on Route 9. I mean, all of that really just brought back so many memories of the sports that I was able to play in high school, the the huge amounts of free time that we had to just like play before, because like we would get bussed in sometimes super early. So if we got in like an hour before school started, we'd be playing basketball. And that little time that we had to just kick it, have fun, play in gym A or gym B right before the school day started, that's something that just is invaluable. You really can't put words on like that feeling you have when like you hit a three at like 7:15 or like 6:45 freshly off the bus. Like you feel like Jason Tatum, like you feel like you feel like $1,000,000, and math class is going to be what it is, and the test is around the corner, but like this morning started the right way. And yeah, just getting to pop in with the kids during Fun Fridays. I mean, it's that and more, because it's yeah, there's nothing like it. So that's a huge boost when I'm going out and I'm ripping a long run, and it's like the third time I'm running 20 miles in the rain in Los Angeles, where it does rain in sunny California. Don't let them don't let them confuse you. It does rain. I have been in it for hours, so it's all, but nah, it's all the more worth it when you're doing it for the kids, honestly. That's what I just try to remember and try to really reinforce when it's a tough day, or I just go back to that day when I was in the gym or back when we were at the rec center playing flag football. uh I threw one touchdown, which I'm happy to share the video because
Great.
we got it on tape. I did throw a touchdown that day. So that right there, that's what plays in my head at like mile 19 out of 20.
Excellent. And so having stopped by and hanging out with the kids and stuff, what's a favorite moment
Yeah, I mean,
or a fun story?
yeah,
Other
totally.
than the touchdown, because that was pretty cool too. So
Yeah, I mean, hey, I felt like a young Dak Prescott for a second. Um,
that's pretty hard to beat right there.
yeah, I mean, hey, little uh honestly, there's it's it's an intangible that kind of settled on me when I was kind of a fly on the wall in the middle of a flag football session. Um, you're watching a lot of generations holding up just the values of what I believe Wellesley is and what I believe like just being from Massachusetts is even. You got these boisterous high school kids that really are figuring it out, but they know leadership and they're learning leadership and they're doing it in a way that's really empowering to everyone because as as it was mentioned earlier, it's you got boys and girls playing flag football together, which honestly growing up wasn't really something I saw, and that's really important. That's something that I think goes such a long way when this kid grows up to be on a team of folks that are solving problems. It might not be a flag football game, but you'll have a better perspective of seeing everyone as your equal. So just being able to watch kind of the interactions happen in real time and watch growth in the community is something that really rings true when you're watching it in real time because you got high school kids that are teaching these young driven like energetic balls of light to be a little bit competitive, have fun, and remember that sometimes you lose, sometimes you win, but what's best is that you showed up and everybody had fun at the end of the day because that's really what it's all about and it's just one of many necessary opportunities to just have fun. Like fun is the leading cause of happiness. Like we all know that.
So I have a little off the beat question to ask you. So while I know training has been going and you've been working hard at it, but I want you to share with us one like really weird or unexpected or embarrassing moment you had while you've been working hard in training.
Okay.
I know, putting you on the spot, but
Mhm.
but what's something that you know that's just come up while you've been training that you just weren't expecting that was just odd or funny or something, you know, something you learned about yourself or others. It can be any one of those things, just
Yeah. I want to say like one thing that really stood out that's honestly very community oriented. So I've been living in this neighborhood in Mar Vista for 2 years, the better part of 2 years, coming up on three. And it's a good amount of like middle age to older folks. So like young families and then older couples
Mhm.
that just, kick it, go on walks. And I want to say the most like confusing thing is watching folks go from like who is that guy to like I've seen that guy to good morning. Like it's a
Mhm.
really weird evolution and like sometimes I feel really bad because like I'll wave and they might not and then they'll wave and then I don't. So
Right.
honestly like, I I'm a little weird with like the hello. It's like the Larry David like holding like do I hold the door for you when you're that like how far do I hold the door like when do I say hello, when do I wave, when do I say good morning?
Right.
And in the fog of everything I just find myself like bouncing from hello good morning to like passing them, having a satellite delay, and good up you're gone, sorry, like it's everything in between. So just greetings in general have gotten quite zany to say the least.
So I'll have to check back in with you in about 6 months. Like since you've been training for the marathon, you probably have a lot of these moments because you're out every
Yeah.
day passing people and running. So we're gonna check back in with you, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, everyone knows me."
Yeah.
The issue is non-existent anymore. Like
He's
I
the
just run
run.
around smiling with both my hands up, waving, and it's all good. That's awesome. That's cool. Switching gears to Laval. We would love to hear from you. Why is community investors so important? And why do you love doing it?
Well, I love doing it mainly because of the kids, really. I have so much fun with the kids and watching the kids grow and whatever adventure that they end up choosing. But just to be a part of giving back too. You know, my kids went through this program and they absolutely loved it. So I couldn't, I mean, I was stuck into it. I've just been really hooked into it because my boys had so much fun with it. I just been attached to it ever since.
Right.
And it's just the best part of it is, like I said, it's the kids, and the see them can't wait to get into the gym. I mean, they can't wait to get in, and I just absolutely love that.
Awesome. And so Lavelle and Leon, when Angel runs and raises money to fund this program, what are the funds going to be used for?
They are definitely used for our middle school program. We rely on it in order to keep that going. They're definitely used for Girl Power Flag. They're definitely used for Lady Raiders Flag. They're used for fund the DJ program at all the varsity sports. They're used for every aspect of our Wellesley programs and coaching and leadership program. We have, obviously sponsors, we have individual donors, we have loyal grants that we get, and each of them is incredibly valuable and necessary in order to keep these programs running.
Excellent. And any other tidbits that any of you would like to share? Anything else that you'd like to say?
He's not on this Zoom, but I think we really have to thank Joe Roberts and Chris Cavallerano for having this idea one day outside on a basketball court or something, that they thought, gee, this would be a great thing for all kids in Wellesley to experience, is play. And I really have to thank them, from the community, for starting this thing and, doing a bang up job of wonderful programs, exciting programs, energy, music, all the good stuff that kids really want. And the kids get into social media, they do sharing of various pics and vids. So a great big thank you to them.
And all those can be found on your website.
Correct.
And that'll be posted on the bottom of this video. But please tell us what the website is.
It's www.communityinvestors.net.
Perfect. And Angel, where can we find videos and pics of you training? What's your site?
Yeah, totally. You can check out my Instagram, Angel Blaise. I have a plethora of stories whenever I'm in the middle of a run or coming out of a run. You're definitely going to get a live update. So story on my Instagram is definitely going to give you the insight and the immediate information on what's going on in my day.
Perfect. And what is the link? What's the web address for donations for you? What's that?
Yeah, sure. So that you can find that at GoFundMe. So we've got a GoFundMe link.
I think it's Give and Gain. I just
Sorry, Give and Gain.
It's Give and Gain, because that's the official marathon site.
Gotcha. And we'll post that on this video as well.
Yeah, it's Give Gain, and it's a really long it's a really long URL, but you can find that on our PlayRocks Instagram as well as my Instagram. It's in my bio. So if you just go to my Instagram and you click on the link, it'll be right there. And I'm sure we can share the hyperlink so that we can have access to it on this video as well.
Perfect. I'm sure people want to check in and see how the training is going, and pretty soon you're gonna have people counting how many people waved at you and how many people you waved. So
Exactly.
we're gonna have to report back on that. That's right. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, and good luck. And I'm sure it's going to be one of the best Boston Marathon seasons ever here in Wellesley.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.
All right,
Thank you, Rama.
Thank you.